Hey, all right, today got a video from Yesul and some art supplies from a little local stationery slash plant store. I got these things. It says The Ink Works, but I'm interested in this because it will force me to use some different little selections of pens, okay? Because usually when I start drawing, I just use like one of these little, like a 0.5 millimeter, and I stick with that, or like a big marker, and I stick with that. But in this drawing, I'm gonna get a big piece of like 14 by 9 or something Bristol paper, good paper, and I'm gonna use all of these. All right. This is terrible. This is the most unsatisfying box opening I've ever done. But yeah, we got the brush tip, the 2 millimeter, the 5 millimeter, the 0.5 millimeter, and the 1 millimeter. They're not in a logical order, and that's okay. But it was meant to be because it says Pete right here. Welcome to my domain. I gotta tell you, there's 2 drawings in this video. The first drawing, I did everything like I said I would. I used all the pens that came in this little package that I had so much trouble opening, and it was one of those drawings where after I was done, I didn't really like it, but I finished it anyways, and kind of as a way of staying true to myself, or kind of trying to show the whole process or artistic journey I'm going through. I posted it on Instagram anyways, even though I really despised the drawing. But then a bunch of people, it still seemed like a lot of people really liked it, which I didn't expect, because I think maybe you start to form feelings about drawings while you're drawing them, and then everyone else just kind of comes in at the end and they get smacked in the face with it, and they don't have all that time with the drawing as it grows up from baby to adulthood. They just meet it after it's full grown, and they don't know what you went through together, right? And so I think sometimes I hold things against drawings just because I struggled with them a little bit. It is a cool drawing. I mean, I looked at it the next day and I was like, yeah, actually, it's not that bad. Anyways, the second drawing is one where I just kind of used the pens I more preferred, such as the 0.05 millimeter, which is just the little felt tip pen, and one or two of the markers. Really, my least favorite one is the brush tip pen. I mean, that's the type of pen I've been avoiding using for years. I kind of dislike it for the same reason I like fountain pens with really flexible nibs. So much of the type of drawing I do is just, I like the predictability and precision of the lines I draw, and with flexible nib fountain pens and a brush nib pen like that, it's not as predictable. And so I think, I'm not saying it's a bad type of pen, right? I think I just need to get into a different mindset with it, and I wasn't there today, and that's okay. It's just, before I start, I just need to have a slightly more open mind and be ready for a slightly different experience, right? Because so much of my life I've just been enjoying drawing very precise lines, and the lines going exactly where I want, and there's just so much variability with the slightest change of pressure when you're drawing with a brush tip pen. And even like the direction you're dragging it does different weird things, stuff like that. And these can all be amazing things if you're ready and prepared for it. And I don't think I really was. Anyways, enough talking about brush tip pens. Look, here's some other projects I'm working on right now. Well, one thing I want to do is make a museum for some of my 3D projects I'm making. Because over the past year or 2 or 3, I've been kind of fiddling around with making things in 3D modeling, mostly a program called Rhino, right? But they're just kind of sitting on my hard drive, mostly invisible. And well, the museum I want to make would be similarly mostly invisible in the sense that it would also be on my hard drive. But I think the I don't know if this really solves the problem, but it's just an idea in my head that I want to make, which is to make a museum in the 3D modeling program and then put all of my previous things that I made out of 3D modeling in the museum. So it'll be like a piece of art to hold my other art. Anyways, that's a fun idea for right now, but it's also kind of big and daunting. It might be a longer project that will take several videos. I've already sat outside doing some sketching of what maybe I want the museum to look like, and then I could feel ideas from like art history classes seeping into my brain, influencing my decisions. Like, oh, look, I'm making a courtyard that looks like something that would come out of like a Roman forum or some kind of Greek temple. And is that good? Is that bad? Should I embrace it? Should I have a colonnade or this or that or something that looks like some some old cathedral from Europe or not? Or how much do I push back? How much do I, try to only have my own ideas and shapes? And is it possible to have only my own ideas? Or are all of my ideas really only things that came from my own experiences and things I've learned anyways? So what's the point in fighting it? I mean, if I learned anything from my Roman art history classes, it's that all Rome ever did was take things mostly from Greece and kind of mishmash them with their own ideas, or mishmash them together and change them up a little bit. And they managed to make it often a little bit better and cooler and their own unique style. I guess they took a little bit from the Etruscans and stuff too. Anyways, I think I want to do that. We'll see. That's a pending thing. Plus I'm also working on trying to finish up some songs, because sometimes when I post little videos on Instagram, I make a little 60-second song to post with it, but I want to kind of flesh those out, polish them up, and so I want to post another album of my songs on Spotify. I think that would be cool. So I just have to I just want my songs to be more than 60 seconds really if I'm going to put them on Spotify. But that also means, maybe having just kind of putting the finishing touches in them all. And that just means sitting down with them for a moment. And sometimes it's weird to come back to a song you made months ago and being like, wow, what was I doing here? And why aren't my plugins working? Because maybe some part of the program updated and the plugins don't work anymore, so you have to redo part of the song. But sometimes you find out that you like the new parts that you're making for it anyways, and it all turns out okay. And also sometimes when you go back and listen to all your songs, you realize that all your songs sound the same. But I've had that similar problem with my drawings also, so it's nothing new. Hey everybody, I took this sponsorship because for most of my life I've been pretty neglectful of my human body. But at the rate current technology is advancing, I'm being told that this is probably the only body I'm going to get. So I should probably start taking better care of it. And I think that this is going to help with that and hopefully give me a longer lifespan if I stick with riding it. And one of the main things that first appealed to me about this setup is that I could do this. Watch TV, pedal, play RuneScape. I'm catching sharks in the fishing guild right now. There's a little volume dial right there, and you can plug in your phone. It's just screen mirroring from my phone right now. Watch anything you want. But they also have a phone app which costs a few dollars a month, and you get these guided workouts, right? At first I didn't think I would be into it at all, but I did find myself getting into it after I did a few of them, and I found out I was getting much better workouts than sitting here watching TV. I know I'm not actually here with this person leading the workout, but somehow it's really motivating. The phone app matches with your bike. I'm pedaling pretty low right here, but it shows you your RPM, how many calories and gigawatts and stuff you're burning. Go check it out. Link in the description, and use discount code PETER for $100 off, which means you can get this bike for only $400. other exercise bikes like the Peloton. There's one that costs $1,400, and then they have another one that costs $2,400. Save yourself $1,000 or $2,000, and it looks like I rode 2 miles already just while filming this little video. And that's why I keep my fan remote right here, because I'm getting hot. Look, I know that was a sponsored segment, but I am continually serious about trying to slowly add more healthy habits to my life while also slowly removing the unhealthy habits to my life, which I have a few of. Some of them are coping mechanisms for stress or anxiety. Some of them are just things I do when I'm bored or just, I don't know. I don't know where all my habits come from. Anyways, the problem is sometimes I, have some moment of clarity in my life and I'm just like, okay, it's time to fix my life. And I try to get rid of all my unhealthy habits at the same time. I try to fix my life all at the same time, and that doesn't really work. Doing a complete overhaul of everything immediately, it's just too big of a change. Sometimes it sticks for like 1 day or 1 week, but I don't know. I don't know if anyone is like strong enough to do that. So I'm, like I mentioned to someone recently, I'm kind of in a more of a bend, don't break mentality right now. Like if I find myself slipping a little bit, it's like trying not to be too hard on myself. It's okay if it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back sort of thing, right? I have the bike now, and I think it used to be, that if I got a exercise bike like this, if I didn't, ride it every single night, or if I, was telling myself that I had to have some sort of workout streak or something, and then the streak ended, that in my mind, that would be some kind of failure or something. Well, I'm just trying to be a little easier on myself, a little more forgiving, and just be happy for the nights where I do some sort of workout or go for a walk, right? And the nights where I make healthier choices about food or whatever. So I know, I feel like as I'm saying it, it sounds all very cliche. It sounds like I'm spouting off some self-help book or podcast nonsense, but I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. The point is, I'm moving forward little by little, figuring it out. Life is so weird. I don't have all the answers, but hey, the other day, somehow I realized that I can just choose to be happy in some moments. I was just like standing in the shower, a little bit blue, and then I was like, maybe let me just try being a little bit happy right now. Let me, like, as an experiment. And it halfway worked. I was kind of surprised by that, and I tried it today out on the porch. And I'm not like really depressed or anything, but I'm also not like super happy. I'm not like ecstatic all the time, and I'm not expecting that either, but still, I'm just like, maybe I'm just not taking the time. Maybe there's just not the mental space, just not taking a moment to think about how I could be happy right now. I don't know. It also sounds silly to say that for some reason. Anyways, just a thought. Hope you're all doing okay. Thanks for watching my video, and hang in there, all right? See you later. Goodbye.